Good morning, students. So today we are going to see the differential unit and final drive. So the first class itself, we are seeing the transmission system and power line of a tractor. That from the engine, the power is produced is transmitted to the transmission gearbox, and from the transmission gearbox, it is distributed to different parts like PTO, transmission unit, that is a drive wheel, and if any other further outlet like pulley etc is distributed from the transmission gearbox. So the main function as far as a trans power line is in a tractor is the power which is given to the PTO and also the power which is given to the drive wheels. So the power which is given to the drive wheels before it reaches directly to the drive wheels from the transmission system, it has to be there will be a differential unit and final drive. So the use why it is used in a tractor can be discussed in the further slides. So the differential unit is required when a tractor takes a turn. Not only a tractor and automotive vehicles, when it takes a turn, it requires a differential unit. So differential unit, like when a tractor is taking a turn, as you can see from this figure, so the inner wheels, or that is this wheel and this wheel is uh, having have to be travel around a circle that of this diameter, whereas the outer wheel have to be travel a diameter of perimeter which is equal to a diameter which is further more than the inner diameter. That means the outer wheel have to be travel a lot than an inner wheel when the inner wheel have to be travel a small distance when taking a turn, the outer will have to be travel faster to cover the same turn at the same time. Okay, so that is the speed have to be adjusted with the inner wheel and the outer wheel when a tractor takes a turn. So at that case, we require a differential because when we are giving power to both the both the inner and outer wheel with the help of an engine, and equal power is given to both the uh, outer wheel and the inner wheel, but they have to rotate in different speed. So equal power is giving to both of them, but they have to rotate in different speed. So when the tractor is in a straight line, both the wheels have to be rotate in the same speed, and the both is receiving the same amount of power. But when it takes a turn, the inner wheel have to be travel less, and the outer wheel have to be travel higher. So that is achieved by using a differential unit, the special arrangement of gears to permit one of the rear wheels, that is of the tractor, to rotate slower or faster than the other. So this is a figure of differential unit. So this shows when the tractor is take a turn, and so this is the input shaft which is coming from the transmission gearbox, which measures with a crown wheel in a 90 degree with the 90 degree. So this is the crown wheel, this is called the crown wheel, and this is the crown pinion. And one point in this arrangement is that we have to transmit the power 90 degree, then only we can transmit it to the drive wheels, right? So transmitting the power 90 degree and then give it to the drive wheel, it is having a bevel arrangements here. That is, a pinion is measures with a crown in a 90-degree angle, and the crown is having more number of teeth than the pinion because we will take a gear reduction at this point. Okay, so and first part is a pinion at the mounted at the end of the output shaft from the transmission system is measures with a crown wheel of large number of teeth and in a 90 degree. Then the crown wheel have a casing which is as an integral part of the crown wheel, and to that casing two pinion gears are mounted on shaft. So these two pinion gears have a specialty that they can rotate along with the casing, and they can rotate on their own axis. They have two motion of rotation or like they can rotate along with the casing, and also they can rotate along their own axis. So when the mm, the system, the pinion gives drive to the crown wheel, the crown wheel may rotate like this direction. So The casing will also rotate that direction. So this will also rotate in this direction. This pinions will also rotate along with the casing. Then this pinion is also have the ability to rotate along its own axis like this. Okay, so this is the speciality of the pinion. Then there will be two shaft, that is one shaft is given to the one of the rear wheel, that is outer rear wheel, and another shaft is given to the outer inner rear wheel. So this shaft is called half shaft. This shaft is called a half half shaft. Half shaft. So this is one half shaft and this is another half shaft. So at the end of this half shaft, a small gear is mounted. That gear is attached meshed with the pinion gears of this KC. So when the tractor is moving in a straight line, the power is drive from the transmission system is given to the crown wheel. Then the crown wheel will rotate. As the crown wheel rotate, the casing also rotate. The casing rotate. This pinion will also rotate along with the casing, and as the pinion rotate, this gears will rotate. That gear will rotate the shaft. Then from the shaft, the drive is given to the outer wheels. So that is a normal working case. So when it comes to taking a turn, what happens is that the inner wheel will experience a more load. Inner wheel will experience a more load, that and inner wheel becomes slower. When an extra load is coming on an inner wheel, the automatically it will experiencing a higher load, and it will may become a very slower compared to the outer wheel, even though it is getting so equal power, it will become slower. So as it will become slower, this shaft means this becomes slower means this is reduced, there will be reduced number of rotation for this shaft. As a reduced number of rotation, this gear also will reduce very slower compared to this gear. But these all are acting as an integral unit, as a single part, right? So when this gear alone will start to rotating in a slower speed compared to the rest of the system, there will be a relative motion between this part of gear and this gear arrangements. So what happened is that as the relative motion is there, this pinion is start to rotate along its own axis. This pinion will start rotate along its own axis. So, so there will be two actions for this pinion, that is as it rotates along with the crown wheel and the casing, and also it will rotate along with its own axis when there is a relative motion. So as it rotates along in its own axis, this outer wheel gear will get two drive. One is the drive from the total rotation as a single unit, is it's already rotating. Then it is also get a extra rotation from the rotations of the pinion in its own gear. So this will give two drive, and this will start to rotate in a faster speed compared to the this one. So this will the whatever how much it is slowing, that much it is getting faster. So this outer wheel get higher speed, it is rotating in a faster speed, and the turn is taken in a smooth way. So this is the drawing, like this is the pinion from the transmission gearbox. This is the crown wheel, and this is the casing. And to the casing we have two pinion gears at the bottom and top, and there will be two half shaft, one half shaft and one half shaft, and at the end of the half shaft another bevel gears is attached. So this is how it is working. This is when it is working in a normal condition. When the pinion rotate, this crown wheel rotate. As the crown wheel rotate, the casing rotate. As the casing rotate, the whole system rotate as a single unit. So at that time there is no rotation of this pinion. This pinion doesn't have any rotation as it is rotating along with the single unit. When one wheel is experiencing an extra load, then there will be relative motion. At that time only the small pinion gear will start to rotate. So I will upload another video that will explain very clearly about the working of the differential. And the main function of the crown wheel assembly are we already discussed: to transmit the power to drive right angle and to reduce the speed of rotation. And this is the parts of differential unit. First one is the differential casing, then differential pinion. This is the differential pinion. Then the gears which is mounted on the at the end of half shaft and the crown wheel. So this is the differential unit consisting of, and the functions of each one is discussed in next slides that we already discussed in the slides. Next is a differential lock. So when a tractor is like it get locked in a mud or it locked in any other situation, so what happens is that when it is locked in a mud, the situation is like that one wheel is experiencing an extra load and another wheel is in a normal working condition, right? So what happens is that when we are giving power, then we are trying to take out the tractor from that muddy condition. What happens is that due to the differential, the wheel which is having an extra load will get slower, whereas the wheel which is there on the land, that is that is having some power load, and the wheel in the mud is very free to rotate, so that will rotate very freely and other one will not rotate, so the tractor will not come out from the mud. So at that situation we will use the differential lock. Differential lock is that the differential is won't rotate, that is the two wheel will get equal power and an equal rotation. Then when you use the differential lock, the vehicle, the tractor will come out of the mud. Otherwise what happen is that the wheel which is experiencing a load will rotate very slower, whereas the other wheel which is very free to rotate, that will have extra speed because of the differential unit, and that will simply rotate, keep on rotating, and the tractor will not come out of the mud. So at that system, at that time we will use the differential lock, that is both wheel will get equal number of rotation and equal number of power, then the tractor will come out of the mud. Next is the final drive. So we discussed from the earlier class itself, the tractor is designed for larger torque and slow speed. That's why the tractor rear wheel is bigger in size, right? So the speed which is of the engine is which is very higher speed, that has to be reduced when it comes to the final and rear wheel. Okay, so the gear speed reduction is achieved in different part. Like we are reduced some amount of speed in the transmission gearbox. Then we reduced some amount of speed in the differential because the pinion and crown is having very size difference. Further gear reduction and the last gear reduction is taking place in a final drive. So that is after the transmission gearbox, the power is given to the half shaft. The power is given to the half shaft. The half shaft is then go and meshes with the another set of gears or another pair of gears. So the each half shaft terminates in a smaller gear which meshes with a larger gear which is called a bull gear. That bull gear is mounted on a shaft that is carrying the tractor rear wheel. So further speed reduction is taking place at that point, and this is the final gear reduction, that is final drive. The device for final speed reduction suitable for a tractor rear wheel is known as final drive mechanism. So hope this one is clear, and in case of any doubt, please contact me.